Alright you guys, before we jump into our week 11 matchup, I figured it's time to try to lock up Tevin Coleman long term. Now a fair offer for Coleman will be $15.4 million over 4 years, so we're going to give him a little bit more than what he's asking for. I'm going to toss him a deal worth $15.7 million and see what he does. And he accepts the... Hold on, what? He says he appreciates the offer, but he's going to test out free agency? Why are you going to do me like that, Tevin? I thought we go way back. I just offered you more than what your agent said a fair offer would be. So since that's the way you want to play it, I'm going to let you do what you got to do and test free agency. But trust me, that's going to be a decision that you're going to end up regretting one day. So since Coleman no longer wants to be part of the franchise, I decided to scout the running backs that were on teams' practice squads, and I discovered Lunar Davis. Now some of you guys might remember that name because I did scout Lunar back in season 2, but because of the way that Coleman and Eubanks were playing, it really didn't make sense to bring him in. Now it does. Take a look at his core attributes, you guys. 95 speed, 91 acceleration, 77 carry, 81 BC vision, 85 juke. Yeah, I'm thinking this guy could definitely come in and have an impact day one. So we're going to sign him off of the Bills practice squad, and he should be able to come in and fill that Tevin Coleman role right away. Now, this week's matchup, you guys, is going to be a road game versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Both teams come into this game with a record of 8-1 and are both coming off of pretty dominant victories in the last game, so this one should definitely be a good matchup to watch. Also, the Bengals come into this one with the second-ranked run defense, but they are ranked 16th against the pass, so we're definitely going to come out and look to exploit that. Now, getting into the gameplay, on our first possession, the offense comes out spreading the field. Anderson takes the snap, dumps it across the middle to Davis, and he's going to get about 9 on the play. So on 2nd and 1 here, Anderson in the gun, taking the snap, firing across the middle of the field, complete to Kevin Body, and he's going to get the first down at the 42-yard line. Next play, Anderson with the play fake, throws complete to Julio Jones there in the middle of the field. The Falcons are definitely looking to be aggressive in the pass game early in this one. On 1st and 10, Davis catches the screen pass from Anderson, and he's able to get 4 on the play, taking us to the Bengals 37. The next play, Anderson off the play action goes deep to Julio Jones, and he's able to make the grab for a 35-yard touchdown. That was a great opening drive by the Falcons. So with a 7-0 lead, our defense takes the field. Bernard gets the carry up the middle, and he gains about 5 or 6 on the play, and that's going to set up a Bengals 2nd down. Dalton dropping back under pressure, and he's forced to throw it out of bounds. He was trying to target AJ Green deep in one-on-one coverage there. On the next play on 3rd and 3, Eifert makes the grab but does not get the first down. Good coverage there by Shazier. So after forcing the 3 and out, we try to get the ground game going to Eubanks, but look at Eubanks fighting and breaking tackles and almost gets free. That is the most physical 8-yard run that I've ever seen. What an incredible effort by Eubanks. So on 2nd and short here, Anderson taking the snap under center, going up top to KB, and he brings it in, and he is gone. There's nothing but green grass in front of him, and these young Bengals corners are clearly no match for the Falcons receivers early on in this one. The last play was Julio. This time is KB on the opposite side, beating the press coverage, and Anderson puts the ball right on the money for KB to catch it in stride, and he is gone. So the first quarter couldn't have been scripted any better against this AFC leading Bengals. So Potter takes the kick a couple yards deep into the end zone, brings it out and fumbles. Devondre Campbell is there to knock it loose, and after a short scrum, the Falcons are able to come up with it. Look at this hit by Devondre Campbell. The hit power jars the ball loose, and the Falcons are there to dive on it, and we're setting up shop in the red zone. So on 1st and 10 here, Davis brings in the pass from Anderson, and he's going to take it all the way to the 2-yard line. So on 1st and goal, Anderson throws short to Hooper, and he's able to bring it in for a 2-yard touchdown. So the rookie Zach Anderson has come out red hot, throwing 3 touchdowns in the first quarter. Like I told you guys earlier, we really wanted to come out and capitalize on this young secondary, and so far in this one, we've been able to do that. And our defense has done a pretty good job in this one as well, keeping the Bengals off the scoreboard. On 3rd and 9 here, Dalton tries to fire it into AJ Green, but Sherrod Westmoreland does a good job in coverage. And after the play, AJ Green has something to say about it. The frustrations are clearly boiling over in this one, you guys. So on the next drive on 2nd and 9, Julio Jones brings in the grab, and he's going to take it all the way up to the Bengals 34-yard line. But unfortunately, after the big play to Julio, the drive stalls out, and we're forced to settle for 3, but the wind carries it wide right, and it's no good. So that just might have been the spark that the Bengals needed, because in their next drive, Dalton at the 30-yard line barking out instructions, takes the snap, hands it off to Bernard up the middle, and he ends up going down after a short gain, bringing up 2nd and 5 now. This time, Dalton goes play action. We send the blitz, and it gets home, bringing down Andy Dalton. Devondre Campbell and Keon Fontenot are both credited for half a sack on the play. So looking at 3rd and 12 now, Dalton goes play action with time in the pocket, delivers a pinpoint pass to Potter, and he brings it in for a 1st down. So now the Bengals looking at 1st and goal from the 7. Dalton again going with the play action, scanning the field, looking for someone to get open. The pocket collapses, Dalton scrambles and gets sacked by Vic Beasley. That was a great effort by Beasley getting to Dalton and bringing him down for the sack because it looked like he was going to have time to make a play there. But thanks to the great coverage downfield, Dalton really didn't have anywhere to go with it there, giving Beasley enough time to get to him for the sack. That was just a nice play overall by the defense. So on 2nd and goal here, Dalton takes the snap, throws it into coverage, and is almost picked off by Desmond Trufant. So that's going to bring up 3rd and goal. They hand the ball off to Gio Bernard, and he goes right up the middle and gains about 8 on the play. So the defense does a good job at forcing Cincinnati to settle for 3 on that drive. So getting back on offense here has pretty much been business as usual as Anderson drops back and fires complete to Julio Jones, and then jumping right into the no huddle, rushing everybody back to the line, taking the snap and firing complete to Josh Gordon across the middle of the field. And with 8 seconds left, we take a timeout to stop the clock. Next play, Anderson in the gun throws complete to Josh Gordon again, and this time he takes it all the way up to the 38. So that's going to set up a 55-yard field goal try with the wind blowing east, and it's no good. Our kicker's usually known for his strong leg, but today just isn't his day. So we take a 21-3 lead in the half. The Bengals get the ball first to start the 3rd quarter. Dalton's under pressure, escaping the pocket, and finally gets brought down from behind by Vic Beasley. That's his 2nd sack on the day. Vic Beasley is definitely getting it done. So after a 2-yard loss on the sack on 2nd and 12, Dalton fires deep to AJ Green in the middle of the field, and he's able to come down with the catch. You already know AJ eventually is going to get his. You're not going to keep him catchless the entire game. And that play might have really just given the Bengals a spark because on 2nd and 8, Bernard gets the handoff, breaks into the open field, and he's going to walk into the end zone untouched for a 45-yard touchdown. What a defensive breakdown right there. We haven't seen this Falcons defensive unit give up a run like that for a score since early in the season. And Shazier Campbell and Dan Quinn are on the sideline trying to figure out what happened on that last play. So the Falcons offense is back on the field again. Anderson drops back and throws complete across the middle of the field to KB, and he picks up about 14 yards before being gang tackled at the 38. Next play, Anderson again trying to work the middle of the field, this time to Julio Jones, but he can't make the grab. So on 2nd and 10 here, trying to go to the screen game, Davis cannot make the catch. The collision knocks it loose. So that brings up a 3rd and 10 now. Anderson with time in the pocket goes to Julio Jones, and as short-handed as Julio usually is, cannot make the catch there. So the Bengals forces our offense to go 3 and out. Matt Bosher gets the punt away, and look at this. The punt takes a bounce and stops dead at the 4-yard line. So Bosher does a good job at pinning the Bengals deep. They come out on offense, running the ball up the middle with Bernard, and he only gets a few on the play, bringing up 2nd and 5. Next play, Dalton in the gun completes the pass to Bernard for a 1st down and some. So pinning the Bengals back deep obviously didn't matter because after a couple of plays, the Bengals were on the 45. Then Dalton comes out play action on 1st and 10, going deep to AJ Green, and the refs throw a flag. They're going to get Westmoreland on a defensive pass interference call, and that's going to be a costly penalty because it's going to set the Bengals up at the 5-yard line. Then on 2nd and goal, Dalton hands off to Bernard, and he does the dirty work for the score. And just so you guys know, the Bengals did go for 2 points on that drive, but our defense did a good job at stopping them from punching it in. So on our next drive on 1st and 10, Anderson takes a deep shot to Julio Jones, but the pass is intercepted. That was a pass that I wanted back as soon as I threw it, but I saw Julio in one-on-one coverage and just could not resist. So after the interception on the Bengals' next drive, Dalton comes out, goes play action, and we get to him for the sack, but they throw a flag on the play. Now, here's where I'm confused. The refs penalized me for roughing the passer, but Dalton still had the ball, so shouldn't that be a sack? I'm guessing they're getting me for diving low on the play, but what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just sit back and let Dalton complete the pass? That really doesn't make any sense to me. Somebody help me figure out what just happened. Anyway, getting back to the gameplay here on 2nd and 7, Bernard picks up about 5 on the carry, bringing up a 3rd down now. Once again, Dalton comes out, goes play action, and the pressure gets home, forcing the incompletion. Look at the rookie Fontenot working against the right tackle, turning the corner and getting to Dalton. That was just a nice effort by the rookie. So we take over at the 35 after forcing the 3 and out. Anderson scans the field, throws, the pass is tipped and is picked off. And Ray Maualuga's gonna go the distance for a pick 6. And the Bengals are gonna take their first lead of the day. And you guys wanna know something crazy? And maybe this only applies to me, but I feel like there's this random law of nature that says whenever I throw a pick in Madden, there's about a 95 to 97% chance that I'm gonna throw another one. And I don't really know what it is, you guys. Maybe it's just a mental thing, but it's just been that way ever since I started playing Madden back in 2005. But anyway, since Anderson's got the 2 picks out of his system, he comes out here on 1st and 10, firing across the middle of the field, complete to Kevin Body for a 1st down. Then after a run play goes for a 2-yard loss, we come out on 2nd and 12, setting up the screenplay to Davis, and he's got an open field getting all the way up to the 1-yard line before being pushed out of bounds. And that's going to lead to a 2nd and goal situation. We come out and pitch it to Eubanks, and he makes 1 cut and takes it in for the score. So Dan Quinn leaves the offense on the field, and we're going for 2. Anderson dumps it short to KB, and he just barely breaks the plane with it for the 2-point conversion. So we're finally able to stop that 22-0 run by Cincinnati, and we've got a 7-point lead here late in the 4th quarter. So on 1st and 10 for Cincinnati, Dalton's under pressure and goes down with the sack. Taylor Till displaying a relentless motor in pursuit. After being engaged with Watson, he breaks free, chasing down the play. Malik Alston had a shot at Dalton first, but he can't make the play. But Taylor Till is right there to clean it up and take him down for the sack. So on 2nd and long with 4:10 left in the game, Dalton throws it to Potter, and the completion goes for a gain of 6, bringing up 3rd and 9. Dalton then takes the snap, and the gun goes with the play action. He's under pressure, and he just gets rid of it before he takes the sack. But then the Bengals do something really strange here. They punt the ball away with 3:30 left in the game. They had a 4th and 9 from the 42-yard line. They could have gone for it there, because once we took possession, we milked the entire 3 minutes off of the clock. So that was definitely a bad gamble by the Bengals there. But anyways, you guys know me. I'll take the W's however they come. The final score in this one is 29-22 in a pretty weird game that I thought was going to be a blowout, but the Bengals came back and made it interesting. So moving on to the stats, Zach Anderson had 22 completions out of 27 attempts for 330 yards, 3 touchdowns and 2 picks. If you take away the picks, that's exactly what I want to see out of Anderson every week. On to the receiving stats. Again, this is what I want to see week in, week out if possible. KB and Julio both had over 100 yards and a touchdown. The practice squad addition Davis had 7 catches for 63 yards. And if we can keep getting him the ball in space, he's definitely going to do some good things for us moving forward. Now, as for the running game, I think Eubanks only had about 6 or 7 carries, and like I said earlier in the video, that would be the game plan coming into this one. We weren't going to run the ball 25 times or anything like that. I really wanted to come out and just take advantage of that weak secondary, and I think we did just that. But anyways, you guys, that's all the time I have in this one. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please make sure you don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm signing off, and I'll see you in the next one.